that's the existing tile.
How does that work with chairs that roll?
In the council chambers?
No, in the office area.
Well, we have plastic mats.
Yeah, you got those mats, but you're always run off, I do,
Right.
Yeah,
run off
but
the end of
we
it.
talked about having, like, also for acoustical purposes, having like big rugs or something, you know, because it might be a little tinny or noisy in there with.
So we could adjust that as we go.
Right, we have carpet tiles figured for
Right.
the council chambers in areas that would get, you know, significant patching of existing floors where we have dissimilar floor finishes. Those are factored in as being carpet.
And those are in squares, so if one wears out, you just take that one out and you have a whole stack of them in the back and put another one down.
To Kathy's point, you know, that scheme A with that break area, coffee refreshment area being accessible to the council room.
And all the electrical switches are there in that one wall.
They're all in there too.
Yeah, so you don't have to muck with that. Makes a whole lot more sense. So, in the general condition permits and bonds, you got 22,000.
That would include the general contractor profit and overhead and all that.
That number isn't known until we bid the project.
Right.
This
Actually,
is just your
estimate.
estimate.
So then local contractors can do this?
Absolutely. As long as they can provide a bid bond, a performance bond,
And that they're the lowest responsible
and that
bidder.
they're the lowest bidder. But you think that they'd have a competitive advantage being local.
I see that there's some stuff in here for acoustical ceilings. Is that mainly where the bar area was?
Right.
No?
Right. And then also in the office, city administrator's office, and the map room office. The idea there is that we would reuse as much of the existing ceiling grid as possible, and we would just be adding on rather than a complete tear down and starting from scratch. So at this point, like Steve said, we're looking for more guidance from the council as to which scheme would be the preferred way to go.
I like A.
I like number one too.
Let's do it.
I do too. But what I don't like about it is the price. It's ridiculous. But,
What, can we do it for $100, Russ, or what?
I don't want it. Well, I'm talking about the full price here, $123,000, that's a lot of money. It can be reduced.
I'm not saying we can't reduce it, Roger, but it's gonna have a cost.
Don't we know that?
I don't think the citizens are gonna begrudge us trying to get the building built right.
No, but they might begrudge us spending that much money. The building's already built.
Well, it's not a community center without a performance bond, so I think we're ahead in that respect.
So the contractor has got to have a performance bond?
Yes.
Yes. That protects the city. I mean, it protects the taxpayer.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we do that now.
So, would not EDA, but what funds would be utilized to work and make these improvements?
Well, I think there's a couple of options. One would be to try to utilize the USDA funds, which is one of the reasons that we have an architect involved in this process. And the project was already, at least preliminarily, approved by USDA for their funding scheme as part of City Hall, Library, the two projects. So that would be one. The other option, of course, would be to try to find the money internally. This is far less expensive than I thought it might be. So those funds, but again, do we deplete our fund balances to do that? I would argue that the best option for the city is to utilize the USDA funding. It's I think it's 4%, 40-year note, and it can be prepaid at any point in time. So we could budget to pay it off early, or as funds come in, we can pay it off early. But you're getting basically a $900,000 building
For $120,000.
for $120,000 with a total complete change in use.
I don't agree that that's the way to look at it, though. It's our taxpayers that are paying for this.
We're all painfully aware of that, Roger.
They are.
We are aware of that, and they are aware of that.
But when you say 120, you do have to turn the page over and go to the top of the next page.
With mechanical and electrical,
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
you have to.
And depending on if you get the backup generator and all the other things.
And furniture.
So we leave the funding question open for this time, or?
No, I believe we should be utilizing the USDA funds.
I would just suggest that there are options. But for sure, the USDA funds would be available if we follow the process.
And we can get this building done.
I agree with that.
I do not want to do this in a way where we worry about the details later. This is a project, this is the drawing, this is how we pay for it. It's the proper way to do it. What is the consensus of the council? Option one? Is that how we're gonna proceed? Option A, I should say.
I would so move that we accept option A.
Second it. Motion by Mr. Dahl, second by Mr. Hansi.
Point of clarification, Ron, does that mean to take this to bid, put the bid package together?
I guess that's the only way to move forward, so I'll modify that.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
And I do think we should leave every funding source, and I know we've been exploring other funding sources to keep everything open.
I want to reiterate to the council, though, I want to get this project done. I do not want to do pieces. We're not turning this into a 5-year project.
I would hope not.
I just want to be very clear with the council on this.
Well, as we get bids back in, we should be able to know if it's gonna be where we're at.
Correct.
Right.
And that's,
You don't have to do anything one way or another until after you
We could bid
get the
alternate
bid.
things.
Absolutely, yeah.
We want to bid alternate the carpet, for instance. Do that way.
Anything else? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye?
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes with Mr. Coltonson opposed.